Good day. My name is Waldron Tuason Takmo from Bachelor of Arts in English Literature and Studies. And for today's video, I'm going to talk about the 5 topics, which is the past simple, present perfect, present simple, present continuous, and past perfect. Their objectives: define every topics, when to use, and more important, how to keep them apart. Starting with past simple and present perfect. So what is past simple? Past simple, it is used to express finished events that started in the past and continue to the present. So it means used to express finished events, tapos na siya sa pangyayari. So in the present perfect naman, it is used to express unfinished events, hindi pa siya tapos. Take a look at the sentence. I broke my leg on holiday last year. I have broken my leg. So the first sentence is past simple. The second sentence is present perfect. So the first, we are going to form a past simple and a present perfect. For the regular verb, we take the infinitive verb plus ed. So like for example, I kicked the ball. So plus ed. For the irregular verb, we use the past participle form. She bought a bike. So in the present perfect naman, we are going to use the auxiliary verb, which is the have, has plus past participle. So pag irregular verb naman, we are going to add ed. So for example, I have kicked the ball. So plus ed with ed. For the irregular verb, the present perfect has a past participle, but this past participle has a unique past perfect form. For example, she has bought a bike. So now, past simple has a specific time in the past. For instance, I broke my leg last week. Present perfect, time not important. For instance, I have broken my leg. So, hindi siya importante kung kailan siya nangyari. Present perfect also uses started in the past and continued in the present. For example, I have lived here since 2012. So, live since 2012 in the past and continued in the present. Another thing in the past simple, I have lived there in 2012. In the past, in 2012. Next topic, present simple and present continuous. So what is present simple? Repeated actions, routines, etc. Kapag sinabi namang nating present simple, repeated actions. Repeat pa ulit-ulit. So in present continuous, actions happening at the moment. Pangyayari ngayon, pangyayari. At this sentence, I never cook dinner. And the second sentence is, she is cooking dinner. First sentence is present simple, and the second sentence is present continuous. In the present simple, we are going to use the infinitive verb. So in the present continuous naman, we are going to use to be plus the infinitive verb plus ing. For example, we walk to school every day. That is example of present simple. Present simple, we need to pay extra attention to the third person singular, because in conjugating that verb, we add an S. Instance, he plays hockey or plays hockey. Example of present continuous, they are washing their car. And now, when we use a present simple, we use a present simple when something happens, always, regularly, sometimes, never, and etc. Use a present continuous naman for temporary activity. For instance, in present simple, she always drive like a mad woman. In present continuous, you are driving like a mad woman. Let me out of the car. On the other side, the present simple is also used talking about facts, and the present continuous is used when something is happened right now. Another example in the present simple is water freezes at negative 1 Celsius. In the present continuous naman, the water is freezing. Finally, we use a present simple for timetables and schedules. In the present continuous, a plan for the near future. An example of this present simple, the bus arrives at 10:30. In the present continuous, I am taking the bus tomorrow. A plan for the near future. So our last topic is past perfect. But before we get started, it is good to know that in English language, we have regular verbs and irregular verbs. It is advisable that you study the most commonly used irregular verbs. Take a look at this sentence. I had painted the door yellow. They had paid the dinner themselves. Both these sentences are in the past perfect. And now, how do we form a past perfect? For the regular verb, we use the auxiliary verb to have in its past form, which is had. And its past participle, the past participle can be made by adding ed to the base form of the verb. For example, I had kissed her. You had worked late. He had cleared the table. For the plural form, we do the same. For example, we had walked to school. Another, you had watched the tennis match. And they had marked the test. And now, let's have a look at the past perfect for the irregular verb. Again, we use the past simple form of to have and the past participle, but here the past participle has a unique past perfect form. For example, I had built the shed with my own 2 hands. The infinitive verb there is to build. Another, she had bought some flowers at the market. The infinitive verb there is to buy. Another, we had run the marathon. The infinitive there is to run. So next, the past perfect in question. For the regular verb, again, we use the past simple form of the auxiliary verb to have and the past participle. For example, had she talked to him? Another, had you kicked the ball? Had they worked a farm? For irregular verb, we also use the auxiliary verb to have, so had the past participle and a unique past participle form. For example, had she quit her job? Another, had you driven her car? Had they paid their dinner? The unique past perfect form there is to quit, to drive, and to pay. Past perfect in negation. For the regular verb, had plus not, by contracting it, hadn't, plus past participle, and the base form verb plus ed. For example, I hadn't listened the juice. Another, it hadn't rained since Friday. They hadn't closed the window. For the irregular verbs naman, we do the same but it has a unique past perfect form. For example, she hadn't quit her job. Another, you hadn't driven the car. They hadn't paid for the dinner. Moreover, past perfect in use for the things that happened in the past but before something else in the past. Past simple. For instance, I had brushed my teeth before I went to bed. And that's all. Thank you for your attention. Again, my name is Waldron Tuazon Takmo from Bachelor of Arts in English Language and Literature from College of Arts and Sciences.